Okay, so a coherent message there to an administration that has people in it in Washington like Peter Navarro, a White House trade advisor, who I think must have created some pretty major ripples in India, knowing the country as I do and reading between the lines. He said India is fueling Russia's war machine by buying Russian oil. And then he made this curious comment about Brahmins profiteering. And I wonder what's been the reaction to comments like that. What do you think he's getting at here?
Surprisingly, I would have expected much more negativity in India. But I think after the experience of the last 6 months, especially after all that's happened in Operation Sindoor and the standoff with the United States, so not really a standoff, but all this issue of the tariffs, etc., I think India has also got a little hardened. The leadership, the civil society, etc. Even the media is not so sensational at the moment. So all these various statements being made out by Peter Navarro are being taken in their stride at the moment, commented upon, and no one is taking it to heart completely. And there's a couple of reasons for it. I was questioned this yesterday on a very interesting show with one of India's leading commentators, social media persons, TV personalities, Ms. Barkha Dutt. She asked me this same question, and I explained to her. I said, this is the time of information warfare. This is the time of narratives, and the United States is overplaying its narratives. If you go into the history of Steve Navarro, what is his name?
Peter Navarro.
Peter Navarro, yeah. Peter Navarro, if you go into the history of Peter Navarro, I don't think he has ever said a word against India in the past ever. All of a sudden he emerges one fine day and starts speaking all kinds of things about India. Do I have to believe it? Yes, a lot of people in the world are looking at it, but I don't think the credibility of this is very high. India has got a certain credibility in the international community, which is not being affected by this. To say that India is in bed with China and Russia, that we are the one who are fueling this war, okay, people in Europe may be feeling it, but I don't think the leadership in Europe or anywhere else is also perceiving it in that manner. This seems to be a reasonably immature kind of a narrative play out by the deep state in the United States, if you ask me. Okay. And I think this is something which is only in the passing. It is not going to stay very long. And that's the way India is actually handling it. And I think that's a very mature way of looking at it.